Hi survivors, it's me, Prepper Zan, reporting to you. Hope you guys are doing well because what's going on in this world isn't well at all. Today we're going to talk about EMP attacks, how to prepare for it, what an EMP actually is, what it affects, the different levels and strategies that we can take and what we can do to prepare for this. Y'all, we know what times we're living in. It's no need of panicking. It's no need of fear. This is not fear-mongering. These are not scare tactics. I think the best thing for us to do is to become as self-reliant as we possibly can and to become as knowledgeable as we possibly can in regards to cyber attacks, EMP attacks, nuclear attacks, and fallouts, and things of that nature. So let's discuss it. An EMP, it releases huge waves of electromagnetic energy which can act like a giant moving magnet. Such a changing magnetic field can cause electrons in a nearby wire to move, thereby inducing a current. With such a huge burst of energy, an EMP can cause damaging power surges in any electronics within range. Appliances like a fireplace, solar oven, power tools, or generators won't be affected by an EMP. These non-electric appliances don't necessarily operate with solid-state electronic controls and will probably still work even after an EMP has blasted through your area. Now, these are some of the things that we can do, steps that we can take to prepare for them and shield them. There's like different types of things, so I'm gonna go over some of them. Now, an electromagnetic shielding prevents electromagnetic waves from impacting sensitive electronics. Everything from televisions and microwaves to mobile phones and baby monitors, along with the critical computer processors in today's smart devices. Traditionally, this has been achieved through metallic screens or metal enclosures built so-called Faraday cages, but we might be able to just paint over them. Painting on the shielding ensures a more thorough coverage at much less cost. In addition, conductive paint can also dissipate heat away from sensitive electronic devices, allowing the regulation of their temperature and preventing the thermal shutdown of modern electronics. There's a class of paints called smart paints that do a lot more than just cover and protect a surface from corrosion or rotting. These paints can have additives in them that make them do things like conduct electricity or heat. They are generally used for things like providing low temperatures for melting snow of sidewalks and stairs, or defogging glass, up to high voltage, high temperature industrial applications. They can adhere easily to most surfaces, including concrete, metal, glass, and composite. Just the type of things our grid is made of: transformers, junction boxes, antenna lines, etc. These paints are actually thin film conductors, but anything that conducts an electric field also conducts a magnetic field in the orthogonal direction. So painting a large transformer with this paint is like putting a Faraday cage over it, but cheaper. To see if this is possible and how it might be done, we could look at guidelines for EMP protection and resilience for critical infrastructure and equipment. Developed at the National Cybersecurity and Communications Integration Center in Arlington and created to help fulfill the Secretary of Homeland Security's responsibilities to create a national effort, these guidelines are meant to assist federal, state, and local officials and critical infrastructure owners and operators in protecting essential equipment against electromagnetic pulse (EMP) threats. Now, Table 1 of the reports provide 4 levels of EMP protection based on the length of time needed to get back online, from seconds to minutes to hours to indefinite. These also tend to track with cost. Roughly 80 dB shielding through 10 GHz provides the highest level of EMP protection. So what I want to go through now, I want to go through the 4 levels that they were just speaking of, and that's level 1, lowest cost, longer mission outages permitted. Level 2, only hours of mission outages are permitted. Level 3, only minutes of mission outages are permitted. And level 4, only seconds of mission outages are permitted. It says level 1 begins with low cost methods and best practices to help to protect critical infrastructure from severe damage. An important aspect of level 1 protection is ensuring that personnel have backup power and backup food, backup water, and other essential supplies needed to operate and maintain their mission critical systems. Given that normal services and supply chains are likely to be disrupted, we know they're going to be, in some reasonable scenarios for a week or longer. And I'm predicting way longer for this next case scenario. I mean, really. Level 2, guidelines are based on using EMP capable filters and surge arresters on power cords, antenna lines, and data cables, as well as installing fiber optics and ferrets where possible to protect critical equipment. These will mitigate the majority of EMP equipment vulnerabilities when EMP facility shielding is not feasible and are expected to be the most cost-effective approach for hardening limited equipment and facilities. Level 1 and 2 are for organizations where days or hours of mission interruptions can be tolerated and for which cost to harden is a critical factor. Level 3, guidelines are appropriate for organizations, facilities, and systems that cannot tolerate more than a few minutes of mission outage due to an EMP in order to effectively protect life, health, and security. The International Electrotechnical Commission, that's the IEC, EMP, and IEMI protection standards, serve as the foundation for planning and protecting critical infrastructures and equipment that are in this category. For EMP protection levels 3 and 4, electromagnetically shielded racks and rooms are used to prevent electromagnetic, EM fields, and currents from reaching mission's critical equipment. At level 3, shielding against high-frequency EMP should provide at least 30 dB of protection through 10 GHz. In other words, the EMP field strength should be attenuated by a factor of at least 97% by the shielding. Level 4 guidelines are for organizations, missions, systems that cannot tolerate more than a few seconds of outage and where immediate life and safety are at stake. U.S. military EMP standards supporting critical and time-urgent command, control, communications, computer, and intelligence missions serve as the foundation for planning and protecting critical infrastructures and equipment in this category. Examples of missions where this apply are nuclear command and control and presidential conferencing. However, this level of protection may also be appropriate for non-military related systems and missions, such as nuclear power plants controls, medical life support systems, and time-critical air traffic control functions. At level 4, shielding against high frequencies, EMP should provide at least 80 dB of protection through 10 GHz. In other words, the EMP field strength should be attenuated by a factor of at least 99.99% by the shielding. Now, levels 3 and 4 also use hardness maintenance and hardness surveillance programs to verify that the EMP shields are effective and that the EMP barrier's integrity is maintained over the life cycle of the system. A properly designed barrier with penetration protection for all power, data, and antenna cables would make equipment behind it safe from wide variations of external EM fields, including HEMP, CREMP, and IEMI threats. Level 3 allows the use of commercial standards for designing protection and performing HM/HS in a more cost-effective manner compared to level 4. Now, given the growing risks associated with EMP and EMI related threats, it is hoped that organizations people that support essential functions will quickly achieve at least a level 1 or 2 capability. The cost of achieving level 3 or 4 protections are small when compared to the life and mission risk averted. For example, level 3 protections can achieve for many sites far less than 1% of the system cost. Even the most expensive level 4 protections are only expected to cost 1% to 5% of overall new system cost if planned from the onset versus retrolifted into existing systems. You guys know I like to go over things for people with businesses. These are for this basically is for people with major organizations, but it can help regular everyday people like you and I. I think it's important for us to be as knowledgeable as we possibly can. Now I do have some other notes about things that we can have. They already mentioned a lot of them actually in regards to backup energy supplies, whether it be a generator. Let me go back. your wood stoves, things of that nature. Some of us have like alternative, like solar generators. We like the things I have on my website, like the fire flames that you can use for cooking, whether you have a portable stove, things like that. Also, we always go over these things. It's also important EMPs to get down very low. Same things for nuclear attacks. Now, the kind of car or truck that would survive an EMP, this was my main concern because we know a lot of these electrical cars, a lot of these cars nowadays, they're not going to survive an EMP attack. But a 1974 pickup truck would definitely survive it. And then people think like all the old cars, but this is not the case because a 1965 Chevy, it just won't make it. Now, if you have a root cellar that can help you, a basement, of course, an army bunker. But I'm also finding, y'all, in my research that there's ways for us to make our own, little basements and bunkers, very cost-effective things that may not even cost you that much, or things that may cost up to only $1,000. It's important to have your backup ways of charging your devices, solar panels. You might want to get a thumb drive with all your pertinent and important information and store it on that hard drive. Getting a ham radio, a compass, a bicycle, a skateboard, a motoped. These are some of the things you need. A Faraday cage. It's a lot that we can do in order to prepare ourselves for EMP attacks, but just basically know that the whole grid is going to be down. So we already gone over the drill of this. When the grid is down, backup water, which y'all know I can't iterate how much important it is to have that major water storage, or to be around a body of water and having ways to purify your water, whether it be a Berkeley, whether it be water purification tablets. There's so many different ways to purify your water. I'll let you guys look into the things that you need and what you can afford, what your budget can afford. But I know water purification tablets, they're going up now. But I also have some on my website as well. I always tell y'all, you don't have to get things for me, but I just want you guys to get it and to be prepared. We're preparing for EMP attacks, cyber attacks, nuclear fallouts, y'all. And I know this stuff can be very stressful and it can be very costly. Like I said, we can't get a breather, but just take a deep breath, meditate, work out, pray daily and consistently. Do the things that it takes for you to keep your mind right and your body right. Let's keep moving forward. We can do this. We got this. They want us to be all stressed out all the time. Y'all see they keep throwing crisis after crisis after crisis on us, allegedly, for us to be effective in our immune system and in our hope. I was reading some of y'all comments and y'all was like, I'm just waiting for God to take me. I don't want you guys to feel down. That's what they want us to feel. Be optimistic. Believe in yourself. You can do this. We're going to do this. We're going to survive this. We're going to become as knowledgeable as we can. We're going to prep hard as hell. We're going to get the things that we need. And if we can't afford it, like I told y'all, try to bring in more income. You can do it. It's a lot of things you can do just from your home. Start a YouTube page. Tell people about your experiences and stuff like that. Sell products on there. It's just a lot of things to do. Old things you have in your house, you can sell it on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, offer up. It's just a lot of different things that you can do. I would make videos in regards to that. Y'all, I know I probably left out a lot in regards to EMP. I just be trying to hit like the basics. And if you guys have anything you want to add that'll help us all, please put it in the comment section. But I'm curious to knowing, how you guys are feeling, like what's going on in your head. Let's talk about it. Let's help one another. Once again, on my website, we have the radiation suits. Y'all know they're really hard to find right now. The potassium iodide tablets. I heard one of you guys comment, said it was hard for you guys to find those tablets. I do have them on my website as well. The CBRN mask in a case of a nuclear attack, we do have that supplied on the website. Some bug out locations in Texas we have. If you're looking for land and anywhere in America, we can assist you with that as well. also with land for sale. And don't forget my survivalism classes every week on Patreon, y'all. It's only $1 a month. You can sign up. I have better content, if you ask me, on Patreon, because on here we have to be careful what we're saying. On Patreon we do not. Please follow me on my other platforms, because y'all don't know how long I'm gonna be on this one. I don't either. Because they have a problem with censoring people on this platform if you're not pushing their narrative. And please give me a thumbs up if you like the content. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and for real content about what we're seriously going through with the powers that be that want us all annihilated, called planned depopulation, allegedly. And you guys, watch this world, watch the weather, smell your water, purify your water before you use it. Leave me a comment, and keep surviving.